Hi everyone, welcome back to the Mad Legit Gamers YouTube channel. Please make sure to like and subscribe, as every supporter helps the channel grow and helps our content reach more people. For Madden 23, will be coming hot and heavy as we get closer to release, and then after release, we'll be bringing back the Madden Legit Gamers CFM. 32-man CFM is a sim style league, meaning that we try to replicate as close as we can to real life football. And so we'll be doing different content and of course posting all our live games on the channel for everyone to view. Madden Legit Gamers has been around since 2012. We took a little hiatus over the last two Maddens, and just everyone, kind of disappeared and went their own ways, did their own thing, but now we're bringing it back. Most of the guys in the CFM have been playing together since 2009, so we have a good base, and we look forward to getting that going again. So with this video, I wanted to take it back to the basics and go over something pretty simple, but I'm not sure everyone in CFMs are doing it, and they should be, and I'll tell you why. So, most teams in real life, all teams in real life actually, from every level of football, they scout their opponents, and they do that by looking at data, watching film, and just breaking down the nuances of their opponent's game. Well, in Madden, you can replicate that process in a vacuum. And what I mean by that is you can use the tools available in the game and the tools available with everyone streaming on Twitch or YouTube to grab some clips and break down a couple games. This is important, especially for in-division rivals or just really tough opponents that are near the top of the league that you're going to have to prepare for if you're going to have a shot at winning. Part 1, scouting. So probably the easiest and probably the method that most people are already aware of is scouting your opponent's players on their team. So if you're going up against a tough defense, then you're going to look at the players' attributes. You're going to see what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, if they have any holes in their defense, and where you could exploit that defense. As I scroll through the Ravens roster here, you'll see they have a really strong defensive line. So that means you're going to be facing a hefty pass rush, and they have a great defensive tackle in Michael Pierce. So it's going to be tough sledding trying to run the ball up the middle against this team as well. They have athletic linebackers, but they're not so good in coverage, so we may be able to take advantage of that in the middle of the field with our tight ends, our running backs, getting our favorable matchups with our slot receiver on a linebacker possibly, things like that. Their secondary looks pretty tough as well, with really good corners, 3 actually really good corners, and then decent safeties that can probably get the job done. And obviously you would look at their offensive roster as well, so that way you can game plan your defense and put your guys in the best situations, the best matchups to have the best chance to make stops. All right, moving on to this next screen. A lot of people haven't used this probably in their leagues yet, or CFMs. They added it, I believe, in Madden 22 was the first season, may have been Madden 21. But with this, it shows where they stack up, their offense anyways, on this screen, where they stack up against the rest of the league up on the top right corner. Now, as you can see, the Ravens currently are 29th in this CFM in total pass yards. But they're 5th in rushing yards. So this is a very run-heavy team, it looks like. Their play calling tendencies are still, 57% pass, which is actually really low compared to the rest of the league. So I expect to have to defend the run against this team. So where it says full report, if you click triangle here, it will pull up this side screen. The side screen actually breaks down what the opponent likes to do in situations. This right here is important information for when you're game planning, which is the next part of this video. So what I usually do here is I screenshot this right here, and then that way I can reference it when I'm going through my game planning phase. And of course, this is the offensive play calling report. And what you'll do is you'll take the screenshot of this one, you'll take a screenshot of the defensive report, which I'm about to show, and you will use those when you are watching your opponent's film. I'd recommend watching at least 3 games just to make sure they're not, changing their scheme completely game to game. But for the most part, for Madden purposes, you can probably get an idea of what they're doing within just one game. And by one game, I mean on YouTube or Twitch, you can speed it up to like 2 times speed. You can only watch certain parts of the game. You can scan through it and see, what are the real things you're looking for here. You're looking for those situations. So 1st and long, 2nd and long, 3rd and long, 3rd and short, goal line, red zone, 2-minute offense. You're looking for those things while you're watching the film. Then on the defensive side, you're looking at, okay, what am I going to be attacking on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down? What am I going to be facing, right? So with the Ravens here, it looks like they are a heavy cover 1 and zone blitz team. As on 1st and long, they are at 63% at zone blitz. That means 63% of the time they are sending a zone blitz on 1st and long, so 1st down. 2nd and long, they go to cover 1, which is a man defense. 3rd and long, they're in cover 1. So as you can see, this opponent has a true identity. They are a heavy cover 1 team, man-to-man team on most every down except 1st downs, where they like to send a zone blitz at a high percentage. So what we do is we take this data, right? We take this data and then we move on to our next part, which is honestly my favorite part, is game planning. So you want to create the game plan around your opponent's tendencies. How do you do that? So first you need to understand what your opponent's doing, right? So here is a basic cover 1. Cover 1 is a man-to-man defense where you see there's a single high safety. So you got the middle of the field closed, which you'll hear a lot. Middle of field closed just means that basically you have a center fielder that is taking away anything over the deep middle part of the field. As you can see also, a good tell is the cornerbacks lining up 7 to 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. There are multiple ways of beating cover 1. The game in the tutorial goes over a couple different ways, but any man defense is where you can really take advantage of your matchups. This is why crossers are really good against man, because they have to cover that receiver all the way across the field. And if you have a speed advantage at tight end, wide receiver, running crossers, you're most likely going to have a window of opportunity. Now, if you're facing cover 1 press, you're going to want to look for double move routes, right? You're going to want to look for something that will put the defender on skates. Since it's man-to-man defense, literally every single one on the field, besides the cover 1 safety in the deep middle, is matched up man-to-man. The corners on the outside will not have much of any safety help over the top, especially on the deep halves. So in this press defense against cover 1, if you have a really good athlete, he's probably going to create pretty good separation like you see in the video here. And it may be a pretty easy touchdown. All right, so the next thing we're going to look at is how do you implement this? All of this knowledge that you now know from scouting, from watching game film, from looking at your opponent's tendencies. Now, how do you put this to use, right? How do you create something that you're going to be able to reference during the game? Well, in Madden, I don't believe a lot of people use this feature, but in your custom playbook, you can scroll over to My Game Plan, and it shows all of your set plays for each situational down. The same situational downs, mind you, that you scouted from your opponent to get their tendencies. What do they like to do on first and long? What they like to do on second and long, second and medium, and so on and so on. So with that information, what we can do is we can go into our playbook here and we can put stars on the plays that beat the coverages that we know our opponents are going to show us on specific downs. So if you remember, on first down, our opponent comes out on a zone blitz 60-something% of the time, right? So with that, what we want to do is we want to find some quick hitters. We want to find some slant, flat combos, some sticks, some just really quick routes that will get open. Because with their good pass rush, their defenders, the defensive ends, the interior defensive linemen, they're going to be on you pretty quick for this Ravens team. So our priority on first down is to get the ball out quick. Our priority on all the other downs, based on their tendencies, would be to come up with cover one beaters. So that means crossers like mesh, drive, things like that, Y cross. And also, like, Y cross has a couple different variations where you'll get a double move route within the Y cross concept. And what that's going to do is that's going to give you that you want to put your best athlete right in the slot there, so that way he can create separation and give you that quick outlet. If the pass rush is really good, you want to get the ball out quickly. But just going into the game, knowing your opponent's tendencies, knowing that you have plays in your playbook that you can get to through your game plan when you need them. Once you read the coverage, pre-snap, and then post-snap, identify if it's man or zone by the behavior of the DBs and the linebackers, and then that just makes the game so much easier. So if you're struggling to win games in Madden, or you're struggling to find success in Madden CFMs, try these tools out and see if it improves your game at all. I'd be interested in you coming back to the page after you give it a go. Comment, let me know what you think, if it's working, if it's not working, if you need some more clarity on specific game plans or how to prepare, if you have issues with the created playbook editor, anything like that. I've been doing this for a while, so I really have a good system down. I want to make more videos, especially on the breaking down film part of it. I know I really didn't touch on that because you need some live game film. But there is a process, right? So the first thing you want to do is scout. Second thing you want to do is watch film. Look at their tendencies based on the analytical data that Madden provides you. See if that matches up with the film. Then you want to take all that information, go to game planning for that. Okay, what beats what they're doing most of the time on these downs? Okay, and then take that to your playbook and game plan for those specific downs. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I appreciate the support. Please like and subscribe. Put on alerts. Like I said, we'll be putting out plenty of content moving forward for Madden 23 as we get closer. I know we have the MLG roster reveal coming up in the next few days, so we'll get that video out to you. That way you guys can see who has what team. We also have another big announcement. So for the kickoff of Madden 23, we are going to be doing a MLG versus ESFL tournament. So it's going to be our 8 best guys versus their 8 best guys using a standard rule set that the commission's come up with. And we're going to be doing an 8v8 style tournament for bragging rights, of course. So this will be a good way to kick off the Madden season and hopefully provide some high-level sim quality content early on in the Madden season. This has been Cody with MLG. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks for your support. We really appreciate it. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe, and we'll be putting out more content.